Hi, I'm Drew Geertz, the Shipping and Receiving Team Lead here at Environmental Labs. I'm here today to show you how to pack your cooler. You know, we originally wanted Kevin Bacon to come and do this video for us because, as we all know, everything is better with bacon, but he couldn't do it. And that's okay, because as cool as Kevin Bacon is, he's still not cooler than your samples need to be when they get back to the lab right here. So I'm going to show you a few things that you can do to make sure that your samples are cool and that you have a successful sampling event. Nearly every kit that we ship out will look the same. Inside your cooler, you'll see a poly bag that has a simple 3-step instruction sticker sealing the bag closed. Once you get the bag open, you can then proceed to line your cooler with the bag. Once that's done, you can then take out the individual bags filled with your empty sample bottles. Make sure you keep an eye out for that temperature blank bottle. It's intended to stay inside the cooler so it can be covered up with ice later on. Be sure to write the collection date and time directly onto the sample bottle. You'll also want to fill out the chain of custody, collection date, and the collection time of each individual sample. You want to make sure that you fill out the relinquished by section at the bottom of the chain of custody, complete with the date that you're relinquishing it and the time that you're relinquishing it before shipping it back to us. Then, simply replace the bottles into the exact bag you got them from. If a bottle has a bubble wrap bag around it, place it back into the bubble wrap before putting it into the Ziploc bag. Make sure you put the chain of custody into its own little Ziploc bag as well. Then you're going to want to place your samples back into the cooler. You're going to want to try to make as much room as possible between your sample bags so that we can get ice down in between the samples. You're also going to make sure that your chain of custody is inside one of the bags with your samples. That just protects the chain of custody from getting wet from all the ice and the water. Now, we've found that using wet ice just works better than those blue brick cooler packs that you find some places, or even those bag gel packs. But you'd be surprised at how much wet ice it actually takes to keep your samples cool, so make sure that you have plenty of ice on hand. And make sure that when you're pouring your ice into the cooler, that you just fill up every space in between the sample bottles. Like I said, you want to use plenty of ice. And once you're done with pouring the ice into the cooler, just make sure that you work it around a little bit to make sure that all the ice is falling into all those empty spaces in between. And so we want to make sure that every space in here is filled with ice. Great. Now you've got your cooler full of ice. What now? Well, now you're going to want to take that poly bag and pull it up over the cooler again. Once you've got it up, then just gather it all in the middle. And you can either twist the top of that, or you can do like I like to do and twist the entire cooler, creating a tight seal so none of that ice will melt and leak. Then you want to take one of our provided zip ties, wrap it around the twist, and pull tightly. But be careful you don't get your finger stuck. Ow. With all these procedures in place, you should have no problems with a successful sampling event. If you do have any questions, just be sure to call the number below. We'd like to thank you for choosing Environmental Laboratories to be your ally in the world of environmental compliance.